If you are new here, make sure you go down and click that subscribe button and click that little bell that'll let you know when I upload a new video. You get a notification straight to your phone, which is awesome. Hello there, my name is Mathew McKenna and I'm glad that you've joined us today. I really enjoyed the video that I did where I reacted to One Direction because I'd never heard them before. So I thought, hey, let's do another one of those. If you haven't seen that video, click the card that's going to be above, you can go watch that. Long story short though, I live under a rock when it comes to pop music. I don't really listen to that much of it. And as such, I haven't really heard a lot of the famous pop artists that are currently out there. So today, I'm going to be reacting to 21 Pilots. I have not listened to any 21 Pilots except for one single song, and we all know what one that is. Heathens, obviously. So I'm not going to include that song in this, but without further ado, I'm going to pick up my laptop. It's quite a stretch to get to it. I'm literally just going to type in 21 Pilots. Well, the very first video that I see is called Stressed Out Official Video. Over 1 billion views. That's a lot of views. That is a song that's going to be in my damn head for so long. Just tunes like that, I end up singing them all the time. And it's funny because the only other song I've heard by these guys, Heathens, doesn't get into my head at all. Alright, let's hit up another 21 Pilots song. Heavydirty Soul. Well, this one's got only 45 million views. Only 45 million. But compared to 1 billion, 66 million, that's ridiculous. Let's do this. That was not the drum beat I expected at all. Some of you may know this, I actually play the drums, and that was just, that took me off guard. I was expecting either like a heavy intro or a real slow style thing. Not that quick-paced, jerky car chase scene music. This feels like it's out of Forza or something. Was this in Forza? I'm gonna Google it. I bet this was in Forza. It must have been in something. Oh, I was so close. It was used in WWE and Madden, so it was in PlayStation and Xbox games.
There's an imposition in my mind's imagination to hope and the truck I'm smoking, I'm smoking in my basement. This is not rap, this is not hip hop. Just another attempt to make the voices stop.
He said, this is not rap, this is not hip hop. He's right, it's like a rock rap sort of thing.
This doesn't mean I lost my dream, it's just right now I got a really crazy money clean.
I can tell you one thing, I am going to learn this song. I'm going to rap that song. I love quick-paced lyrical work and I love rapping that sort of stuff. I listen and rap to Eminem all the time. That's my personal challenge.
Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm missed, I miss the eye, therefore I'm Can you save my
Wow, that transition, again, they keep really surprising me with what kind of music they're transitioning to, because that's just not what I expected after that weird rap intro. It's just interesting how they can swap from really different styles that usually don't work too well together, but just make it work.
Death inspires me like a dog.
Look at that, that's another awesome transition. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They went from like heavy, dirty chords to something more weirdly quiet with a piano in the background. And the drummer playing like a marching tune and that sort of weird electronic wop 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 in the background. Wow, I sounded like a middle-aged man trying to describe dubstep. Wop 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 wop.
Can you save my heavy-dirty soul?
He can hit them high notes, man. Alright, I'm gonna move on to another video. Let's go. I chose that one because it only had like 45 million views. Now let's do the opposite. I'm gonna choose this one, Ride, because it has 500 million. These are like more views than the One Direction music videos I reacted to. Right now, I've only listened to like 3 of their songs total. But I wouldn't be surprised if this intro, the blonk, blonk, like if that transitioned into like some full-on reggae song. Go on 21 Pilots, hit me with some reggae.
I live for you and that's hard to do, even harder to say when you know it's not true, even harder to write when you know that tonight there would be back home and check out you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions, they're forming like who would you live for, who would you die for, and would you ever kill?
There we go, there's the rap that I was expecting. They actually have turned it into like a reggae song, so I wasn't very far off. Okay, that's also being added to my list of will learn that rap.
I've been thinking too much.
That just mellowed out like crazy. I genuinely thought that was like a guest singer. I thought they got some chicken to like do some ridiculously high notes, but no, that's the same guy. Alright, I'm gonna move on to another song. And this is one that my lovely editor Billy has chosen for me to listen to. He really likes 21 Pilots. If he wants, he's gonna put his Twitter handle on the screen right now, aren't you? One of the ones he's asked me to listen to is Car Radio. Now this isn't an insult, this is just an observation. This guy right here looks like the generic lead male actor in a romance movie. That's not a problem, it's just a look.
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today.
I can already see this is a very different sort of era. Billy said this was their earlier stuff, and I can understand that. To be honest, it kind of feels like they haven't really understood their own sound yet, but I'm gonna give it more of a chance.
I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel.
Of what I've listened to, honestly, this is my least favorite. And I think the reason for that is that the lyrics to this just remind me of all of the really, really emo songs I used to listen to when I was in my teen emo phase. I'm not saying that that's terrible, it's just not what I like.
Somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Oh, he's shaving his head. Say that it's pretty cool that they're doing something so low-key and chill, because that's very, very different to a lot of the stuff that you see being released these days that is this popular. You know, like a lot of artists have these huge bands behind them or these massive electronic tracks going. I'll give it to them, they definitely try to like focus on the music and the message that they're trying to get across. That's one of the weirder things I've seen in a music video though.
You know I just sit in silence. You know I just sit in silence. You know I just sit.
Now they've transformed again into a heavier sort of screaming band. So that song was definitely not my cup of tea. Now I'm gonna try listening to one of their covers. My girlfriend Valeria is, well, to say she's a big fan of My Chemical Romance would be a huge understatement. So she suggested that I listen to their cover of Cancer. Now I really liked the original, so I might judge this quite harshly.
Turn away.
I mean, just in those first two words, he actually really sounded like Gerard Way.
'Cause the hardest part of this is leaving you.
I actually really dig this. I was really worried they try to turn it into something it's not. One thing that I really, really don't like when it comes to music and covers in particular, especially when they're written from such a personal point of view. I don't like when people take that song and especially like turn it into some upbeat, crazy anthem, or even worse, a dance track, because that to me just feels like it's sort of a slap in the face to the source material. I could name so many instances of that, but we won't get into that here. I mean, that's a really interesting cover because they've just sort of redone it in their own style, but also while trying to keep true to the style of the song, which is really cool. It actually kind of feels like it's just expanding the song, not so much like a remake. Personally, I still prefer the original version of Cancer, but I didn't hate that. And apparently, scrolling through the comments there, a lot of people did not like that at all. So all up, it seems that 21 Pilots is a very sort of interesting band, is what I'd call it. But never have I listened to like 5 songs consecutively by the same band and have thought, if you just told me this was 5 different bands, I'd believe you. So I think it's kind of cool to see an artist be able to happily vary the kind of music they put out and do so well. I definitely think they did some styles of music better than others. Guy's a phenomenal rapper. They do write very catchy choruses, very good singing. All round, relatively impressed. I don't know if I'd actively put any of that on my phone, but I will probably learn the rap bits for a couple of those songs, especially for Heavydirty Song. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give this video a big old thumbs up and hit subscribe if you're new here. I put out videos every Tuesday. Let me know what bands you'd like me to listen and react to, because I would very much like to expand my pop bubble so that I'm not stuck under this tiny little rock. And I hope you have an awesome time until I see you next. Bye-bye now.